This is an incredible story. 5 years ago, Kiwi Nick Ashill set out on an epic charity run across America. But his journey was cut brutally short when he was nearly killed by a driver who deliberately ran him over. I know, 16 surgeries later, he is back pounding the pavements on a mission to finish what he started. One News US correspondent Anna Burns-Francis is with him live in Columbus, Ohio. Morena ABF, this is incredible.
Isn't it incredible? And, you know, we've been out since about 5:30 this morning when Nick started running, and boy, can I tell you, look, I haven't seen the inside of a gym in years, let alone beat the pavement like this man does. But why don't we have a chat to him? Nick, come on in, because you are the man of the hour. This is an amazing run you have done, 16 surgeries you've had. How does it feel to be back running on the road?
Yeah, it still doesn't feel real, but I've had a fantastic day so far, running about 47, 48 kilometres, and I've got about another 12 kilometres to do. You're
doing more than a marathon a day.
I know, it's hard to believe. I never thought this would actually happen, you know, given the injuries that I had, but you know, I'm back running and it's going so well.
Tell us about that time, because you were in that ditch for 50 minutes until they found you. You had some really serious injuries. Did you ever imagine that you'd be able to walk again? I know, talking to the doctors, they were pretty dubious about even getting you out of a wheelchair.
Well, I can certainly remember looking down at my leg after being hit and joked. I can remember joking to myself that, you know, my run is over. So that was really disappointing, but I've always had this strong self-belief that one day I would go back. I didn't know how long it would take. It's taken 4.5 years to get back in shape physically, but I'm back, and I'm back doing something that I really love to do.
You say get back in shape physically. What sort of toll did it take on you emotionally? How did you have to be able to gee yourself up to get back in the race, but also get back to the point at which you were hit?
Yeah, the emotion side has been really challenging. Post-traumatic stress disorder and depression were big issues in my life for a good 2 years, but I had some incredible people around me to support me through the highs and lows, and going right back to basics in the gym to getting my body strong again has been really critical to why I'm here today.
Now, I know there was a time when you had to learn to basically stand up again, that first moment. You say that video is quite hard to watch. Tell us about what that was like, standing up for the first time.
Yeah, it was really challenging. In fact, I felt more comfortable sitting down in a bed at that point. But it was really, really important that the physiotherapists got me up quickly, you know, which they did, which is, I think, around 6 weeks later. But it lasted, I think, 10 seconds, but it was a start.
How did it feel to be back at the site today? I know you went back and had a little moment there last night. What was that like?
Yeah, that was good. Good in the sense that I had some colourful words to say about the ditch and the fence.
Because for our viewers, the dent is still in the barrier. It's quite visible where you were run off the road.
Yeah, it is. I guess that's what a dent looks like after being hit at around 100 kilometres an hour. But it was really, really nice to have some peaceful time with my support crew, say a few words, and I didn't even look at it when the run started this morning.
Talking about your support crew, you've got some really special people running with you, don't you?
Yeah, I do. Jim McCord, who ran across the US in 2002, and Paul Wheeler, who ran across the same year I did in 2017.
And your doctors?
Oh, what do I say about those? They joined me for the last 2 miles today. Probably not in as good shape as I am, but
you see, the training maybe not gone as well as anticipated.
No, they had about 8 months of warning, but
they were busy stitching people back together, Nick.
Exactly. I think they've had a week's training, but they did so well. It was really cool to see them.
How far have you got to go? We're headed to New York.
Yeah, so the objective is to complete about 60k today, so that was going to still leave over 1,000k to do.
And when you get there, you are raising money for a very special thing, aren't you? What is that? Tell us about it.
Yeah, it's a horrible illness of the lungs called pulmonary fibrosis. Diagnosis, 2 to 5 years life expectancy. There's no cure. So I'm supporting 2 charities in the world, one in the United Kingdom, but the Asthma and Respiratory Foundation in New Zealand.
A worthy cause, and certainly a huge amount of dedication from you to get there, so all the best.
Thank you.
I'll see you at the finish line. I wish I could say I was joining you, but I think we know that that's not going to happen, but it is a good cause, of course, and I very much admire Nick's tenacity, certainly, for getting back on the road after such an enormous event.
It's an amazing story, ABF, and everyone needs a support crew, so don't be ashamed of the role you'll play. Yeah. Thank you so much, and we'll be following this story with Birds Francis across the One News platforms as well.